Hey guys, today I'll be showing you guys some cool tips and tricks on Gwen to bring out her full potential. There's a lot of things that you wouldn't just be able to understand just by reading her abilities. And there's things that can be shown a lot clearer once you actually see them, so I'll be showing you guys all of that stuff. Before we get into it, I want to talk about her build a little bit. So the thing about Gwen is her mana costs aren't that high, and her base mana is actually pretty decent. So you don't actually need to build any of these Lost Chapter items. You can build any of these three, and my personal preference and what I recommend is Riftmaker. Obviously, it's only the second day of Gwen being out, so this is subject to change after the video is released, but I'm 90% sure Riftmaker is just going to be the meta on her because her passive also heals for 70%, so she has some innate synergy and sustain in her kit. What I think her full build path would look like is something like this. These two are the core. After that, you can get... I would probably recommend Merc Treads or Tab Eyes because she has true damage built into her Q. This works if you're like not having any issues surviving at all. I think is fine, but usually something like this, and then you'll get a lot of armor and MR from your W later, which I'll go into. And this is probably what would the full build look like. And then last item, you can probably maybe get a little tankier, or you can get some more penetration, defensive stats, etc. Yeah, I mean, these 5 are the core items basically. You can never go wrong with those. But let's get right into her actual abilities now. So I'm gonna level up Gwen. Okay, first tip I have for you guys related to her abilities is her Q. Okay, so you can't really move during the Q. Let me show you it again. Okay, I'm trying to path away during the Q, but I can't. But what you can do during Q is you can E. So you can actually extend the range of your Q by Eing. And this also applies to Flash. So this guy's pretty far out, right? Bam, not anymore. Okay, and let me demonstrate again. You can also do it with Flash. Just like that. You can also combine the two to cover even more distance. Gwen's weakest point is probably her lack of range. Oops. But with Flash and your E, you should be able to cover a lot of distance, just like that. I went from here all the way to here, so that's a pretty big tip on just gap closing. Also, you can go sideways and all that in case people try to juke you. So really, you want to Q and then E, because if you E and then Q, you won't be able to adjust. Let's say they flash away or they juke sideways, you won't be able to adjust to it at all. So I would just definitely recommend using Q and then going whichever direction to chase them. And then if you have a way to execute with your flash, bam, just like that. Okay, second tip is your W gives you armor and MR, and also you can reposition your W. What your W does, it makes it like you're basically in phys. Look, it says Gwen is immune. I am untargetable to her right now. I can also press W again to reposition the circle. It also follows me automatically if I leave the circle itself. But let's say you're in a duel, right? Just to demonstrate here, let's say you're in a duel and this guy is about to kill you. You're 1 health, but he's in your circle. You go bam, right here. You don't even have to leave the circle to readjust it automatically. You just press it yourself and then you're saved. Another tip about your W is if you're getting ganked, you can just press W and you're generally safe. Like, you just can't get hit, just like this. Let's say Morgana's ganking you or something. She's not throwing Q for some reason. Yeah, and then you just dash away. Bye-bye. Okay, next tip here is pretty important. So the biggest mistake I've seen Gwen players do, and myself included when I was first learning this champion, is just spamming her ulti. The thing is, her ulti, it can last up to 18 seconds, and let's start counting. So R, right? You can't cast it again until you either auto attack, anything by the way, or use an ability on anything. And as you can see, it's still running. You can see the little bar about to expire, but basically every single proc you have of your ulti, you have to refresh it within 6 seconds, leading up to a maximum of 18 seconds. So, too many times I've seen myself or other Gwens just spam their ulti immediately and not hit anything. You have a lot of time for you to aim and get the maximum damage off. You want to be able to use your auto attacks, that's your main source of damage, and your Q. But you'll also be able to influence the team fight with your ulti. Because look at how much range this thing has. This is pretty insane. It's like a Irelia ult you can aim. So don't panic by just insta using your ulti and just missing everything. You have time to aim, and you have time to, you know, just be in the team fight. Anyways, I think that's about it. I'd say the most important part is the QE. Just being able to do that. And like QE flash as well. You can close a lot of distance. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.